Hey, did you read about all the problems Trump is having?
Ah, I'm glad you mentioned it. The Vince McMahon thing's coming. Do you want to start the Trump thing first, or shall we read the Vince McMahon thing?
Read the Vince McMahon thing.
Okay, WWE in their own quarterly SEC filings just been made public, made the following admission on July 17th, 2023. Federal law enforcement agents executed a search warrant and served a federal grand jury subpoena on Mr. McMahon. No charges have been brought in these investigations. The company has received voluntary and compulsory legal demands for documents, including the federal law enforcement and regulatory agencies concerning the investigation and related subject matters. So Vince McMahon and Donald Trump getting their houses knocked on and handed subpoenas and search warrants as of recent.
Well, for people in the U.S. that are listening to this, none of us, I mean, worldwide, have ever seen anything like this, unless it was in a third world country or something. But if you look at it, and I do believe it's politically motivated more than anything else, there's a lot of presidents who left who have done a lot of crimes, probably, but nobody ever saw fit to go and try to convict them on something. I mean, we're not going to get into that, but it was surprising to me to see Vince McMahon and Donald Trump mentioned in the same article. They looked at some of Vince's stuff. Of course, we know what they did at Trump's place. So now they're looking at everybody who had any connection with Donald Trump, which brings up this. At WrestleMania 29 in New Jersey, Donald Trump came up to me, shook my hand, said, I heard your interview. Tremendous. He says everything twice. And then he walked away. Now I wonder if I will be investigated by the federal authorities.
You're in Florida. Mar-a-Lago's not that far away. You know, just a short trip.
Yeah, that's another thing that I moved to Florida. Yes. And was that because of anything to do with Donald Trump? So if you hear anything about me being investigated, I'm just caught up in this political persecution, and I'm the same as all the rest of them. They're after me because of my association with Donald Trump. And my association only lasted 20 seconds, maybe. But yeah, a lot of information could pass in those 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm. A lot of documents can change hands. It was one handshake. You never know.
Well, I could have had a secret signal like this, like, who knows?
And that meant invade the White House.
I don't know what that meant, but they can make it mean anything they wanted to make it mean. Said, we know what that means. And then they can say, you did that. We got it on, everything is recorded in that stadium. There's cameras everywhere. So I'm sure there's some video of me talking to Donald Trump.
With that being said, we're going to go back to Vince, and we are presuming, I don't know if it's actually been confirmed, but we're presuming it's related to the non-disclosure agreements, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's something other business-wise. As we're recording this, we don't actually know why he was served a subpoena. It doesn't actually say in the quote. And I don't know if it's also a coincidence or not, but I thought it was a bit of a funny coincidence that as soon as the federal government gets involved in Vince McMahon's private life, he's scheduling a major surgery. So originally, when he was on trial for the steroid scandal in like '94, he purposely, we believe, scheduled neck surgery. So he turned up and sat on the stand with a big neck collar, for the sympathy factor. And then we've just found out that the feds have invaded his house and served him subpoenas, and he's just had a 4-hour plus major back surgery as well.
Okay, what were these subpoenas for?
No, that's what we don't know. It just said served with subpoenas, but I don't think it explains why.
I guarantee you, I'm not going to guarantee you, but Donald likes women. So let's just let it wander a minute.
He likes non-disclosure agreements as well. Didn't he get Stormy Daniels to sign one? Or did he not? Yeah.
So what I'm thinking right now is that Vince gets Donald on the down low, and Vince he tells him, "Hey, I like so and so, one of your girl wrestlers." And then Vince says, "You want to meet her?" Well, yeah, it'd be great. Then all of a sudden, they get together. So, and he's Donald Trump. So, and they may have signed a few non-disclosures.
He could have been.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's happening. I'm not mentioning any names. I'm just throwing it out there for public consumption. So, and this was around 2013, 10 years ago. So who knows? I'm just throwing it. Okay, when I throw that at you, what are you thinking? Possible? Conceivable?
Conceivable. I'm thinking, like, after the fact, Vince will go, "How was it, pal? Tremendous.
Oh, tremendous. Great. Oh, my God. Now, see, why did you say that? That's horrible.
I never said that. You said it. You put it in my mind.
No. Oh, I did put it in your mind, so.
We'll move on.
But that is conceivable, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I just read this as well. I forgot about this. If he ends up, for whatever reason, going back to federal court, I think it's going to be an issue that now he looks like a sort of Prohibition-era, vaudeville-style, evil sort of gangster boss now. So maybe he needs he needs to wash out that dye, shave that mustache, look a bit more clean cut.
God, he looks like his shit. No, I'll take that back. He looks worse than shit. That look, this is a mustache. This is what he's got there, that little thin line. That is horrible. That hadn't been in since Humphrey Bogart days.
I can't believe
which is 100 years ago.
Yeah, like a woman would say, "Do you know what I think would really look good on you? A spiv style, pencil thin mustache and chestnut brown hair dye."
Talking about me?
No, not you, Vince.
Vince.
No.
Spiff. Oh, yeah, he would look like, what's that guy's name? I can't remember his name now. Because I can't remember anybody's name now.
Errol Flynn, I bet you're thinking of. Because he have one of them.
He had a thin ones too. And,
but it looks like
few more.
It looks like a Dirty Sanchez kind of affair on Vince.
Well, you see how you are. You talk about everybody. Nobody is sacred to you, James. See, I have a few sacricities in my life. You like that word? I just made that up. Sacricities. But nobody is sacred to you.
Oh, no. Vince isn't sacred to you. Don't give me that.
I didn't say that. I said, but some people are.